Morning, my brothers and sisters. Dr. Brown back with part 3. Some of you all may say, this fellow, he's a bad speaking fellow. But I'm Bahamian, born and raised, Androsian. For some of you who don't know where that is, you may be in a foreign land. That is the Bahamas. We're very special and unique people. But like I say, back with part 3. So I, not too long ago, get up, wake up. So to say nothing scripted or make believe, trying to sell you no dream, this reality still in my bed, just relaxing, relaxing my mind, my body, my spirit. But it's all about health and wealth. It's all about healing. Like I said before, my previous video, talking about Dr. Sabi and Brother Polite. They two brothers, I take my hat off to them because they unified as well, educating the general public, you know, our people on just how simple and easy it is, just to get on track. Because a lot of people, they need help, they need guidance, they need the wisdom, so I went through the process of educating myself because information is free. You go online, like I say, once you know what you're looking for, it's easy to obtain information. But before I get too deep into this, just to show you the general public, my people, and where it came from. About 12 months ago, before I stumbled upon Dr. Sabi, I was a brother weighing in at 286 pounds, whether you believe that or not. But I have proof. And within about 10, 11 months, less than a year, I went from 286 pounds to like 182. My lowest, during one of my fasting periods, I dropped to about 172.5 pounds from 286, my brothers and sisters. So it's no joke, it's no gimmick, But like I say, I will shed light on that situation. Show you a picture of me for a year ago. So if you can see, that is that brother right there in the blue. You can see that clearly. All the rest of the brothers in the picture, and my brothers. But yeah, that's Dr. Brown right there a year ago. As you can see, 286, 42 in waist. That was me. So I went from 42 in waist down to, right now my waist is about a 29, 30. That's like 12 months later. Actually about 14 months later. Show you another picture with me and my baby. And like I say, this real life. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't no gimmick. That was me. to 86. And if you disbelieve that, the proof is in the pudding. So they got the heart. So yeah, moving right along. You may say, why this fella laying down in bed telling us all of this? Because unfortunately for especially my brothers and sisters, they say seeing is believing. That is your brother there once again, my baby. And to fast forward in time, in real time, like I say, still in my bed, chilling. Well, a few years back, this is also me at my biggest. I'm probably about 350 and 20 pounds. Well, as you can see, my diet wasn't all the best. Burgers, ribs, pork, steak. I pretty much eat what I wanted to eat. But no one educated me or guided me into the things that I needed to be eating or drinking. And I was also a big drinker, by the way. Let me put that in there. And that right there is not the best for your health. It is not. Now, my brothers and sisters, this is me right now in real time. That's what your brother now looks like. So, once again, like I said, just so you see, this is reality. Nothing scripted, no gimmick, no paid commercial, no advertisement. Hard work, dedication, and the key and the most important of them all, my brothers and sisters, is discipline. You put that in your books, because without that, you wouldn't make it too far. You gotta discipline yourself. So if you don't have discipline, well, not a real life picture. Like I say, for my brothers and sisters, because they seeing is believing. So it just goes to show, with hard work and dedication, you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. You could get it done. So now, my thing is this. For those of you who dealing with a weight issue, it's easy. Ain't hard, it's simple. So ask yourself this. If you want a diet plan or you go into the gym, you're putting extra hours into whatever program or whatever lifestyle, what you're in pursuit of. But like I say, You have to discipline yourself. You have to really apply yourself. And that's how you get out of one situation into the situation that you want or that you would see yourself in. But like I said, discipline. Because the lack of information is what is hindering a lot of people, like I say, who want to get on track, get their health on track, get their weight on track. It is easy. You just have to apply yourself. And you have to be disciplined to reframe yourself. So once again, ask yourself this question. For those of you who are overweight, let me start with you. Because like you could see, almost 300 pounds extra. Right now my weight is 180. From a 42 in waist to, I'll say 30, 29, 30. So ask yourself this. What are you doing different to achieve that which you want? What you doing different? You working out more? You eating different? You implement fasting in your regimen or in your diet? You're researching the food that you need to eat. And let me share something else with you. If you're overweight, because everyone is online and looking for a program or a system, and most of them actually drop the weight, and after the system or program is done, eventually you get back to the same weight or you add a few extra pounds. Now ask yourself why. Because your concept, the way you look at what you want to achieve, the way you get into this mindset or this position, because this ain't nothing you tried. This ain't no program. This ain't no 6 weeks program or no 8 weeks program or no 90-day program. So if you come in thinking that you getting a quick fix with a program, then my brothers and sisters, for those of you who have tried it in the past, then you know you're seriously mistaken. Now, this is a lifestyle change, a commitment. You have to dedicate yourself. You have to discipline yourself. Because, number one, key, nutrition, from what you eat, from what you drink, your intake. So, you'll always have an imbalance in your weight and in your health by you eating the wrong foods. So, a lot of you want to get on track, but you want your cake and eat it too. You want to lose weight, but you still want to eat garbage. They don't go together. So, you have to choose wisely. You have to separate yourself from what you grew to know, from what they teach you, from what they tell you, certain foods that actually does well. Or some program will say, well, oh well, yes, you still could eat this or you still could eat that and still lose the weight. That's BS. That's BS. Lifestyle change. That's what you need, a lifestyle change. So when you go to the food store, shop different. You have to eat different. You have to live different. And the key to all of this too is along the way you have to educate yourself. Because this is the real world that we are living in, my brothers and sisters. And there is a lot of foods in the supermarkets, in the food industry, that is not good for your health in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Don't take my word for it. Do your research, look it up. So when you want to improve your health, you have to do things different than what you were doing in the past, doing all your life. You have to make a conscientious decision to really, like I say, first and foremost, educate yourself and apply yourself. Because a lot of people, they come across information. They seek knowledge, they seek information. But I tell you where a lot of you went wrong. You seek knowledge, you seek information, you obtain it, but you don't apply it. That's like having a car and don't use it. Saving money, but don't spend it. Then what's the use? And you could gain a whole heap of information, which is wealth. And if you ain't applying it to yourself, and if you ain't being selfish to spread it to someone else who could use it, then that is of no use to you, neither humanity nor your brothers and sisters, because no one is benefiting from that which you keep to yourself. So, when you obtain this knowledge, this information, the key to that, the actual key, to use, to put in the door, to open, to enter, the key is application. And the intensity of which you apply yourself, that will determine the outcome of your condition or your situation. If you want it bad enough, if you want it, you have to get it. Apply yourself. Not a quarter, halfway, 3/4. All the way, 110%. You may not be 100% in the beginning, but if you keep at it, you keep the intensity level up, you will get the results. You will get better results than what you could even process in your brain, that you could imagine, that you could actually visualize and see yourself in 3 months, 9 months, a year. Just keep at it and you could achieve. Now let's address you who got this health issue, who got the so-called disease, what doctors got all the name for, whether it be a common cough, cold, flu, fever, migraine, headaches, arthritis, Alzheimer's, high blood pressure, diabetes, blindness, sickle cell, cancer, AIDS. It don't matter. Doctors got name for all of this, but at the end of the day, you as the individual, you have to take care what is yours, and you entrust yourself to society, to these so-called people, because you were pre-programmed to rely on other people in terms of your health and your very well-being. And you can't point fingers and blame them. Blame yourself, because of the power to choose, of the power of choice. The only person keeping you sick is you. The only person not making you better is you. You can't drop the weight, is you. You feed yourself. Whether it be the food you eat to be overweight, whether it's the food you eat to be sick. Because you could choose to eat healthy. You could choose to take a natural approach. You could choose to put in the work. Or do you want to, excuse my expression, sit on your ass and expect for people to get things done on your behalf? but it don't work that way. Protect what is yours. It's your health. So why you rely on the doctors to have your best interest at heart? Answer that question. Why you rely on a program to get your weight in check? Why you rely on a system, false advertisement to get your weight on track? Rely on the medical industry that has been around from the beginning of time. As we know it in this modern time, why rely on the doctors, the system, with all of this free information online? That the medical industry is probably, if not the first, the third leading cause of death worldwide. Doctors' error, doctors' mistake, doctors' lies in society. Look it up. Ain't no joke. The doctors are in the bed with the pharmaceutical industry, with the medical industry. They all connected in one. Because the powers that be, for those of you who are in denial, who control this whole this whole system. I want to say the system from the beginning of time, talking, more in reference to the medical science, the medical history. You go to school, they own the schools, the colleges, to teach you about medical science, teach you the trade, teach you the profession. The medical association, they're in charge of that. So follow me along. When you go to the actual building, what they call the hospitals, or the so-called clinics, but the hospitals, they're in charge of that. When you're being diagnosed, to go to the pharmacy, the whole industry that revolutionized and patent medicine as we know it, that you go and meet in the pharmacies, they're in charge of that. You think the doctors and the people in the pharmacy, you think they control the medicine, what they sell or prescribe to you? No, they don't. All of this was pre-packaged, pre-arranged, then put into place for you. You don't want to take matters into your own hands, so you don't want to take your health into your own hands. And then you want to point fingers and blame them. No, blame yourself. Because ignorance is no excuse on your behalf. If you don't educate yourself, who's to blame? You can blame them. They can blame you. You can blame yourself. So once again, my people, educate yourself. Do better. Go online. There's a lot of information. There's also a lot of misinformation. But if you seek the knowledge of truth, it cannot hide from you. It is there. And use your God-given intellect and intelligence to know when something feels right and when something is wrong. If it looks right, it feels right, then it's right. Because in a split second, you will tell yourself, your body, your mind will tell yourself that, hey, this don't feel right. And a lot of us go against our natural feeling, our God-given gift. That if it don't feel right, we should go against the grain and we do what we feel is right. But on the flip side of your feeling, of your sixth sense, it's telling you, no, we go against that because your mind ain't right from all the chemicals, all the hormones, herbicides, pesticides, all these food colorants and preservative. They got you, they got you in a trance. They got you in a daze. You ain't operating to the fullest capacity of which you are capable of operating. Put it this way. Now, y'all take a serious note of this. Open your minds. Because in today's society, the way you are pre-programmed and pre-conditioned, you all ignore the most simplest of information, the most simplest of terms, phrase, terminology. Because if it's simple, the way your mind, the way your brain was done programmed, you'll dismiss that fact because it's too simple. But you miss life is simple. The complexity of life is simplicity. And simplicity is the complexity of life. So don't complicate anything in life. Do not complicate your life. Simplify it. And everything will start to make sense. So like I say, because someone bring you some knowledge or tell you the answer to your problem in the most simplest way and a simple solution to a simple problem, you dismiss that fact because you say, well, it's too simple. So then you go to the doctors and they explain stuff in ways that much of it you don't understand. It don't even make a whole heap of sense. But to your trained mind, to your brain, it makes sense because you cannot understand it, but you go along with it. Now, how much sense that make? To go along with something that you don't understand. Simplify it, my brothers. Because everything you should understand. If you don't understand it, question it. And that's something else that we was programmed not to do. Question things. Now ask yourself, why don't you ask questions? When the doctors tell you you're sick, you got this disease, why don't you ask questions? How to get rid, how to heal, how to cure. These are the questions that you should be asking, but yet you don't. But you question people in a position like me, other natural herbalists and people who take the natural approach. You question us that you don't believe because the medical history have you brainwashed that they have the answers to your problems, where you have the answers to your problems, not the medical profession, not the medical history, not the medical science. You, my brothers and sisters. And I do my best to keep all of my videos short, but I bring you knowledge. I bring you insight into your own well-being. Take care of yourself. The only person who can take care of you is you. Start entrusting yourself with your health. Do your research. Apply yourself. And everything would be simple. Simplify everything. Question everything. Ask questions. Look at it. So once again, brothers and sisters, I thank you. This is just a insight into the possibilities. But I will be back more in depth on some other issues. But everything is about health and wealth. So once again, until next time, this is Dr. Brown. Realvibzz, a reality check. Peace and love.